My research looks at how changes in the beliefs about fairness, respectfulness, and quality of police interactions, known as procedural justice, are related to changes in identification with Mexican culture and identification with Anglo-American culture among a sample of Hispanic adolescents in Phoenix, Arizona. So you may be wondering, how would how you perceive the police influence how you, as a Hispanic adolescent, identify with culturally? The explanation comes from the group engagement model, which posits that when people are treated with fairness and respect by members of a group, they're motivated to see themselves as part of that group because they get positive feelings of status and respect for doing so. Conversely, when people feel like they're treated with unfairly, and those positive feelings are withheld, they're motivated, they quite literally feel disrespected and are thus motivated to identify with a different group. Applying this to the police are a special institution as representatives of the state because they're able to use force against citizens and interact with them in the streets instead of within government buildings. When they treat people with fairness and respect, it signals to them, hey, we see you as a worthwhile, equal member of the community, worthy of equal treatment. Conversely, when they're rude or standoffish or treat people with disrespect, kind of how this cop on the left looks, right? It signals to them their stigmatized status or otherness, or that they're part of a group that doesn't have the political capital to demand or enforce equal treatment from the law. I test this argument using 330 Mexican-American adolescents interviewed every 6 months for 3 years, answering questions about their procedural justice perceptions, as well as how much they identify with Anglo-American culture and how much they identify with Mexican culture. Those procedural justice was significantly related to identification with Mexican culture. Those that felt they were treated less fairly by the police since their last interview were more likely to identify with their Mexican culture, supporting the argument that when you feel like you're treated unfairly by members of the group, you are more likely to identify with a different group. On the other hand, procedural justice was a significant predictor of identification with Anglo-American culture only among second-generation immigrants and beyond. That is, for those that felt that the police treated them less fairly from the last interview, they were less likely to identify with Anglo-American culture if they were born in the United States, but not if they were born in Mexico. But this makes sense because, as scholars have noted, those born in a country and raised in a cultural context are more quickly and better able to recognize more subtle forms of discrimination and stigmatization. These findings suggest that criminalization policies, those that have law enforcement officers enforce immigration laws that hasn't historically been the case, and may be perceived as unfair or targeting among Hispanic Americans, have the potential to alienate Hispanic communities.